Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy B, Brandon, B Still, whatever you want to call it. And I was just coming to you to give you a more accurate tutorial of the bike that I have from Venom Motorsports, the X22 GT 250cc. And go over all the mods that I did on the bike. It's pretty much completed now. There's nothing else I could do to it unless I'm going overboard and I ain't trying to do that. So, just going over everything, making sure that I hit all the nooks and crannies for you. So before we get into it, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And of course, you can always put positive comments in the comment box below. So, without further ado, let's get to it. All right, so here we have my X22 GT in completed form. All right, and I'm gonna do a walk around, and then I'm gonna go ahead and lay down everything that I added, that I put on the bike. I know everybody's probably thinking, man, why this dude got his bike in his house? But, you know, when you want things right, I don't have a garage. So, you know, I keep my house clean. Make sure that I'm cautious about not ruining things that I paid for. So, you know, I got you. It's all good. Okay, so starting with the handlebars of the bike, as you can see, I changed out the handlebar grips. Also changed out the brake levers, the front and the rear brake. I added a gold foam mount here so I can hold my phone when I ride. I also added lever protectors here that are carbon fiber with gold trim, just to accent the bike a little bit better. Here is your kill switch, of course, that helps you start the bike. Your ignition button. Of course, you have your key. You got your clock and your dash. Cut that on. There you go. You have your signal lights. And then you have your other side. I ain't gotta walk around, you see the blink on the wall. There you go. And then of course, got your brake light. So, all right. Let me see, going around to the front of the bike. Of course, I painted the windscreen black, blacked that all the way out. Also added some space for just a little bit of gold accent to make it a little bit more personalized. I got the mirrors from Amazon. As a matter of fact, pretty much everything came from Amazon, with the exception of a few decals from Etsy and eBay. But yeah, mirrors put on here. I got the winglets on here, the aerodynamic winglets. They're for show and not to make the bike any faster. Of course, I custom trim carbon fiber, put it on here. Put a protected weather train lacquer on here so it doesn't come off. Also put more aerodynamic winglets on the side. If you notice on the headlight, I put some gold trim right along the front of the headlight. I also added an aerodynamic winglet here at the bottom. Got that from Amazon, drilled it at the top of the roof of the mouth of the bike. And then I painted gold trim along the outsides of it. And then of course I put that clear coat over top of it. I put some carbon fiber on the front fender, and same thing, put a coat over top of it so you know, it doesn't peel up as easy. I also put some on the side of the fairing. Okay, I also put something on the caliper, just a decal. Put decals on the tires here, if you can see, Kawasaki. I also put like a little bit of a gold decal there. Also painted some of the fluid gear here. Put sport on the side. I also used 3D decals for the Ninja emblem here, and also on the gas tank, the Kawasaki here. So this is actually risen up from the tank. You see it close up. It's not like a flat decal. Also painted out the gas tank reservoir, or the cap. And then I put carbon fiber on the top of the tank, just to, like I said, individualize it. Put tank protectors here, of course, carbon fiber. I don't know why I like carbon fiber so much, but yeah. Also another decal I just added on to it. Not sure if it's too much, but you know, if it is, I can always remove it. Just something I wanted to try out. So on the sides, you have carbon fiber here with it trimmed. Of course, I put a coat over top of it so it doesn't peel up. And all of this is hand done. So I had to measure it, cut it out, line it up, use the heat gun, use the brush to flatten it out, all the air bubbles, put it on there. And that was complete. I did a little bit of painting on the engine block, just to, like I said, individualize it. I also painted most of the engine black because it came in gray. I just wanted to hide a lot of those instruments in there. Here you have carburetor, air box. Yeah, I do have a glow kit here. So this is one of the pieces of the glow kit. Painted out the pegs, making sure that they were gold. So like I said, you know, I just wanted to add my own to it. I added a battery charge relay just in case. If you can see it, it's right here. So I leave it tucked right here until I feel as though the battery that they gave me, which was factory, is a little bit dimmed out, so I can recharge it without having to go up in the fairings to remove the battery, because man, I'm not gonna lie, that thing's a headache. And because you got the glow kit on there, you know, you got the relay on there, the negative and positive, you know, all that can be a headache when you got to remove all that stuff to charge the battery. So the relay is quite helpful. Going to the muffler system now. I know I've mentioned this before about me wanting to change the muffler system, but as I stated, I don't know much about rejetting the carburetor. And tentatively, that's what you have to do so that the engine doesn't stall out. And without professional help, I really didn't want to chance it. And it's not that big a deal to me. So what I did was I removed the muffler system. I took the old carbon fiber off, put 2 more coats of carbon fiber on there, and then painted it all black. Airbrushed it all black, as well as the little pipe protector here. Painted that as well. Now, one thing that's new that you guys didn't see the last time was I changed out the shocks. The shocks were pretty good. They weren't too hard to do, excuse me. But the issue I ran into, and I saw this when I was looking at other tutorials of the bike, so I kind of prepped myself for it, is that if you notice at the connector here, this one is U-shaped, right? And then on the other side, it's like a ball bearing. It's a ball, it's a circle. So this bottom piece is different from this bottom piece. Now, how I circumvented that, I went ahead and I ordered 2 sets, because if you notice, this compressor chamber canister is different from this one. They're from the same company. They're exactly the same size and they do exactly the same thing. It's just that the models at the bottom are slightly different. So I ordered both of those, and I had to remove the muffler system. Remove this second, because it's easier to get to all of the bolts. Took it off, did what I had to do with the muffler and everything, added the decal here, let it paint and dry, all of that stuff. And all of this was exposed. So first changed out this one, which is quite easy. Just unscrewed the bolt here and had the nut. Made sure I sat it somewhere I could find it. And then unscrewed the bottom. Once I did that, I screwed the bottom in first. After I put like I want to say I used my car jack in between the tire and the base here so that I could hold it up, and held it in place. I reattached it here, tightened up everything. I was done with that. Now, when I came over here, took everything apart and then realized after I got everything off that the factory screw that comes with the original shock, the screw doesn't come off. You can't remove it for some reason. So I had to go to Home Depot. I had to measure out a screw that was exactly the same size. Had to make sure that the teeth on the screw was the same and everything. And then went ahead, attached it at the bottom first, like I did this one, and everything worked fine. It's nice and sturdy, doesn't come out. It's got a good protection, good sturdiness to hold it up. And I've already driven the bike, so it works. It's not going to give me any anything bad. And then tied up at the top, and then here we go. So I changed out the gear. I'll probably paint this again just to hide that particular screw or that nut. I'm sorry, that bolt. Yeah, so I also spray painted the gearbox, or the belt box. At first I had brush painted it, but I wanted to spray paint it to give it a little bit more luster, a little bit more shine, so I did that. I removed the rear fender. And I know some people are like, well, if you ride in the water, you know, the water's gonna splash up on the engine. But I mean, the engine's weather trained anyway. And on top of that, I don't ride in the rain. So the fender, the rear fender was an eyesore to me. I just went ahead and took it off. But if I do get another fender, I left some of the fender I left some of the fender support back here so I could use that to attach the other fender onto the bike if I ever did that. I changed out the kickstand. That was pretty easy and quick. That took me every bit of 5 minutes. Of course, again, on this side, painted the foot pegs. I also put decals on the bottom of the bike. You have Kawasaki down here. And I also put decals on the rear tire. I don't know if I showed y'all this before, but there are also decals on the front of the tire too as well. And on this side, the brake caliper. So here we have it. Everything that I've added to it. Yeah, went ahead and put the tag eliminator kit on it, thanks to small engine velocity. The guy Caesar, he gives you a tutorial on how to do it. So I used it and it was pretty easy. So under here, you'll see where the ducktail from the factory has a bolting system for you to use when you remove it. And that's where you mount it up. On the other side, it looks really, really clean when you utilize it too. And as you can see, it works. Already showed you the right and left signal. Also showed you the painting of the bike. So the spray paint that I used was heat resistant, all the way up to 4,000 degrees, I believe. It's able to resist heat. So that's not going to be an issue for a heated engine. Of course, this is water cooled as well. So it does have a radiator in the front. You look inside the fairing, you can see some of the coolant tubing that runs down. If I were to do anything else to the bike, I would want to put fairing sliders on here. I would definitely want to do that. Moto Miles, he has a set of fairing sliders on his bike. I don't know how he did it, because looking at the inside of mine, there's no way to necessarily mount them up to something that's going to hold the bike up case impact. So I'll probably see if I can get with him again, figure out what he did, and then I try to probably use the same formula. But here's the bike in its entirety. Of course, as well, you always know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, you know, hit the comment box below just to let me know what you guys think of the bike. So far, I've gotten it up to 60 miles an hour, and that was with the throttle not all the way up. So I'm sure it goes faster than that with my weight. I'm probably about 230 right about now. I haven't started training yet, so yeah, I'm a little chunky. But at any rate, you know, the bike is really, really good. It's smooth. The seat right here is really, really plush. It's very, very comfortable. And the material that they use for this is durable and soft. I removed, like I said, some of the fairing that came with the bike here, just so I could get to the carburetor, the air hose. You know, I could get to, you know, all of the tubing, the evap system, all of that stuff. If I needed to reach it, I could, and it wouldn't be an issue. Plus, you know, just trying to remove fairings is a big headache. So if I have just what I need here, that's one less headache I got to worry about. Of course, the bike is clean, you know. I don't lean my bikes too much because I don't do any fancy driving. I just enjoy the ride. I enjoy, you know, the exposure to the open elements. I don't do wheelies. I don't speedball. I don't cut through traffic. I don't do none of that. So, you know, this bike is really good for me. I'm not looking to get a 1000 cc. I'm not even really pressed to get a 600 or, you know, a 300 or 400. Anything that can keep up with traffic as this does, you know, I'm with it. So, yeah, this is everything. Again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit me in the contacts below. Tell me what you think. If you have any questions about any of the modifications that I put on the bike, what pieces I put on, where I got them from, because I don't know how to put the tags below in the description or whatever the case. So, you know, I'm not a real YouTuber, guys, and Venom Motorsports, you know, this is not a paid promotion. They didn't pay me to do this video. But when you get good service, you basically like to showcase the company. And for years now, Venom Motorsports has done me very well as far as professionalism, as far as tech talk, helping me out with the bike. Because when I first got this bike and my X18, you know, just minor issues that I was trying to work through because I didn't know this particular bike. I still got my other x22, my 125cc. I plan on selling that the beginning of next year when the weather is starting to break, because I know people be bike shopping. And I like that bike. I really put some good work into it. It's just not as fast as this one, not by a long shot. And, you know, I rode that one, and I let one of my buddies ride this one, and he dusted me without second thought. And both bikes are still being broken in, so I knew that this one right here was the bike that I wanted. Do I like the rear smaller tire than the front tire? Not exactly, but I mean, can't cry too much about overspilled milk. It definitely gets the job done. Don't know if I showed it before, but the glow kit is on. And right now I got it in amber because that is the theme of the bike. Got it riding under the carriage. Inside, bottom, right along the bottom of the chassis. Got the glow on the inside of the fairings. I don't know if I said this before too, but I also got carbon fiber on the fork. Somebody said that, but you know, like I said, just a little bit of extra customization. All right. Yep, well, here you have it, guys. This is my x22 GT 250cc. And if you have any questions, hit me up. I give you as much as an honest answer as I can as far as what I did, how the bike is doing. Still no problems. Starts right up. Doesn't cut off. When I first put my tag eliminator on, I blew out the fuse and tried to find the box because when I was looking at one of the video tutorials, they said that the fuse box was in the tail of the bike, and that's not mine. My fuse is actually in the inner part of the fairing. If you look down inside, there's a red cable that has like a white attachment to it that you can unhook, and there it has a spare fuse in it. I then went online, found the fuse size, voltage, and just bought a whole bunch of those just in case, and replaced the reserve fuse in there. So if I ever get it short or whatever the case, I can not only identify where the fuse is, but then change it right out, and then I'll get power to the bike. Of course, the gas on here is 93. It's premium grade. You got to put the good stuff in here so it doesn't act up on you. I changed out the spark plug, and I didn't change the oil, but I plan on doing it once I get to like 100 miles or something. Right now, I think I'm at 56 or 73 miles, something like that. My job is only 4 miles away, so when I ride to and from, you're talking about like 8 miles, and I only ride in, like I said, good weather. So my bikes are not gonna have a lot of miles on them regardless of what I have. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. All right, guys, take it easy. Peace. God bless. Be safe.